Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss paper 4 of Feb March 2024. So let's get started. So question number 1. F of x is sine x square. And see, here they have mentioned that it is in degrees. So obviously we'll have to plot it in degrees in GDC. On the diagram, sketch the graph of y is equal to f of x from minus 180 to 180. Write down the amplitude, time period, then g of x and so on. So let's plot this on GDC. So see, I have already put this equation which is sine of x whole square. You execute it and you get this kind of a curve. Make sure that you put the limits like this, minus 1.5 to 1.5. I hope you have this thing in view window. So you see x minimum is minus 180, maximum 190. Okay, automatically it is. So we can put it 180 as well. Okay, so 180. And y minimum and maximum I have put it as 1.5. Dot doesn't matter. That's it. And you execute, you draw it. This is the kind of a curve you're going to get it. Now here, as you can see, logically also, it will pass through, like it will be from 0 to 180 degree. That's going to be the curve. So maybe you can draw this way. And by chance, if you want to get the amplitude, how much it is, like basically the maximum length of that curve. Length, rather the height of that curve. So maybe what we can do, we can use gsol and maybe we can put maximum value. So as you can see, maximum value is 1. So definitely I'll have to plot like this. So maybe 1 will be here, and obviously it makes sense that it is square, so obviously it's going to be positive all the time. So I'll just copy it. So it's going to be like this and it's going to be like this. Okay, obviously you can draw better one. So this is what the sin x in degrees the square will look like. So obviously the amplitude, as you can see, the amplitude is 1. So obviously the amplitude would be 1. Time period, see, sin x time period is 2 pi because it's like this and this, the S curve totally. Here, as you can see, time period is basically till what time the cycle keeps on repeating. So as you can see, from 0 to 180 degree, that's one cycle. So the time period is going to be 180 degree. Now g of x is 0.002x plus 0.5. On the diagram, sketch the graph of y is equal to g of x for minus 180 to 180. So same thing, we just have to draw this graph. So I've just written this equation, and once you put this draw, this is how the graph will look like. Now again, here we'll have to make sure that what are the x-intercepts and y-intercepts. So it's going beyond that, so maybe we can keep it like this and somewhat like this. So yeah, this is what the graph will look like. Maybe we can draw somewhat like this kind of stuff. Yeah, this is how it will look like. Okay, fine. So this is what the line will look like. Okay, now what they're asking, okay, solve g of x is equal to f of x. So whenever you want to solve this, and between minus 180 to 180, all you have to do is you just have to use gsol in your calculator and just have to find point of intersection. So as you can see, when x is equal to minus 154, we get y is equal to 0.19197. So the values would be what? So it's going to be 0. Once again, the y value is 0. Once again, 1, 2 and 3, 4. There are 4 points of intersection, so you'll have to write all of them. So that would be 0.1919, whatever these values you are getting. So obviously we're going to put the x values wherever this is happening. So once again, it's going to be at minus 154. Then we have minus 40. Then we have 50.8. And finally we have 120.58 or 120.6 you can write. So these are the values. Just let me verify. Minus 40.35 tha, so maybe you can write minus 40.34 or take it 40.4 will also work. So these are the values you are going to get. Now the next one is solve g of x less than f of x for minus 180 to 180. Now see, g of x is basically that line. Now I want that g of x to be greater than, g of x to be lesser than f of x, right? So I want f of x to be greater. That means what? I want sine to be greater. So it's going to be what? It's going to be from, I would say, like, one second. So I'll put it this way. So it's going to be from this point to this point. There, as you can see, the sin x is greater. And also from this point to this point, the sin x is greater. Correct? So only those will be the point of intersection. So as you can see, we have already found those point of intersection. So it's going to be between minus 154 is less than x is less than minus 40.4. Also 50.8 is less than x is less than 120.6. So these are the value. And see, they have said less than. So I didn't put less than equal to, I just put less than. That's it. That was your first question. Now let's start with the second question. ABC make baskets. The selling price of a basket increases by 8%. The new selling price is 4.86. Find the original selling price of a basket. Now see, we are increasing this by 8%. So the new price with respect to percentage would be 108. So we are comparing quantity. So this is what I use for percentage or maybe ratio or fractions or whatever. So I'm comparing percentage with dollars. Now here, all you have to do is that the new selling price is 4.86. So whatever is given, we'll write it in the second line. So 4.86, and that is 108%. We need to find the original 100%. So it's going to be 100% is going to be x. Now all you have to do is you just have to do it like this. See, I'll tell you what exactly I mean by comparing quantities. So see here, if I talk about, let's say, price of petrol with liters, like petrol, and that would be in rupees, whatever it is going to be, let's say in dollars. Okay, so let's say the price of 5 liter of petrol is 700. What we need to find, so basically we are comparing liters. Okay, so we need to find, let's say for 7 is going to be how much. So all you have to do is this is equal to this. So all you have to do is, and we just move 700 to this side. So x is going to be what? X is going to be 7 into 700 by 5. That's going to be your answer. So here also we did the same thing. So the answer would be what? X is going to be 4.86. I'll shift there. So it's going to be 486 by 108, which is equal to, for that again we'll have to use GDC for it. One second. Once you put that value 486 by 108, you get the answer as 4.5. That was the original price. B. A earns 4.7 per hour plus 1.21 for each basket he makes. So he has double income as in 2 ways he is earning. So 4.70 per hour and 1.21 for each basket he makes. Each week he works for 8 hours a day for 5 days. Okay. Each day Asif makes 18 baskets. Calculate the total amount Asif earns in 1 week. So in 1 week he is working for 5 days. So it's going to be 8 into 5. That is going to be 40 hours. He makes 18 baskets, and for that he is getting 1.21 for each. So 18 basket, we'll keep it as it is. So for 40 hours, how much he is earning? It's going to be 40 into 1.21. 40 into 4.7 per hour. So 40 into 4.7. We'll add that with 18 baskets he make. It's kind of an incentive. So 18 times 1.21. That also we are going to add. So the total value is going to be, again we are going to use calculator for this. So 40 times 4.7. 40 times 4.7. Whatever we are getting, that's going to be 188. And 18 times 1.21. So 18 times 1.21 for each basket, whatever he is getting, that is going to be 21.78. So plus 21.78. We're just going to add 188 to this value. The answer is going to be 209.78. Easy question. One day B and C make a total of 36 baskets. Okay. They each work for 8 hours. Both of them work for 8 hours. Bashira takes X minutes to make a basket. B takes 6 minutes longer than Chelsea to make a basket. Now see, whenever these kind of questions are there, remember one thing, that you should always you should know that how many hours they are taking. Like, who is taking longer time and who is taking lesser time, whatever it is, the scenario. So you should know that. Anyways, for this one, so B takes X minutes to take basket. So for B, we will take X minutes. Okay. B takes 6 minutes longer than C to make a basket. Write down an expression in terms of X for the number of baskets C makes. Okay. So now see. So C is taking 6. B takes 6 minutes longer. So C is taking 6 minutes lesser. So for C, it's going to be X minus 6 minutes. For the number of baskets Chelsea makes. Now see. They each work for 8 hours. B takes X minutes to make a basket. So so in a day there are 8 hours. So total number of minutes, it's going to be what? It's going to be 8 into 60, which is going to be 480 minutes. Now how many baskets C will be able to make? It's going to be 480 upon X minus 6. Write down an equation in terms of X and show that it simplifies to this thing. Okay, so we have to combine both the equations in this form. So of course, B also has 480 minutes, so it's going to be 480 by X plus 480 upon X minus 6. So total they are making 36 basket. So B is making this much amount of basket, which is 480 by X. C is making 480 upon X minus 6 number of baskets. So the sum of those baskets are going to be 36. So we are just going to simplify. As you can see, 480, 480 and 36, I think they are divisible by 6. So I'll divide by 6 to simplify it. So it's going to be what? It's going to be 80 by X plus 80 by X minus 6 is equal to 6. In fact, we can further also simplify that. Maybe we can divide by 2. So this will be 40 by X, this would be 40 by X minus 6, and this is going to be 3. So basically we are dividing it by 12. Yeah, that makes better sense. So we are just going to simplify it. So it's going to be 40x minus 6 cross multiplication plus 40 times x. I'm using a lot of brackets. So it's going to be 3 times x minus 6. So this is the expression. So we just simplify. So 40x minus 240 plus 40x is equal to 3x square. Like I'm multiplying 3x inside. So 3x square minus 18x. Now I'll shift everything on the right hand side. Of course, we are going to get this answer only. So one second. So it's going to be 3x square minus 18. 40x will go that side. It's going to be minus 40x. So it's going to be minus 58x. Oh, I'm adding 40x and 40x as well. So it's going to be 80x. I'm going to put it that side. So it's going to be minus 98x. And this minus 240, I'll shift it to the right hand side. It's going to be 240 is equal to 0. That's the equation. And obviously they're asking you to solve the equation 3x square minus 98x plus 240. Of course, here also we are going to use calculator for the same. For this, we'll go to the equation. Then obviously we are going to put on polynomial with the degree 2. The values are 3 minus 98 and then 240. That's it. Execute. We get the answer as 30 and 2.66. So x is equal to either 30 or it's going to be 2.66 or 67 we can consider. Obviously 2.67 minutes won't be a right answer because then they will make 240 kind of a baskets, because if you divide 480 by 2.6, so the actual answer is just going to be 30. Now here, find the number of baskets Chelsea makes. So Chelsea was making 480 by x minus 6. So it's going to be 480 by 30 minus 6, which is 480 by 24. And that is nothing but 20 baskets. That's it. Now let's move on to the third question. So it's based on transformation. Describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. So I'll just take one of the point of that triangle, and I'll just see how much it is moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So it is taking 7 steps horizontal side, so it's going to be minus 7 on the negative side of x-axis, and then it is taking 2 steps up, so it's going to be minus 7 2. That's it. So maybe you can write translation of minus 7 2. Describe fully single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle C. So for this, all you have to do is you just have to obviously I can see it's a reduction, right? So I'll just see from where it is. So I'll just point out this, from this point to this point I'll just draw it, from this point to this point I'll just draw it again, and then from this point to this point I'll just draw it here. As you can see, the point of intersection is this. So it's a reduction, or maybe you can put enlargement like that, so whatever is required. So reduction of scale factor, I can see there are 1 2 3 4. The length of the A triangle is 4. Now here the length of the new triangle is 2, so obviously it's half, but also it has been switched, matlab like that one which is going that side, so it's just becoming on the negative side of it. So reduction of scale factor minus 1 by 2 with respect to the point, which one? With respect to this point, which is minus 1 and 1 2 3, yeah, minus 1 3, that's it. Center of enlargement, rather we can write minus 1 by 3 with respect to center of enlargement. Anyways, that term you can use it whichever you want. Now C part, rotate triangle A through 90-degree clockwise about minus 1 minus 1. So now see, here again we are rotating this A with respect to minus 1 and 90-degree clockwise, so it will come somewhere here. Now see, here you can use tracing paper or whichever paper you like. I mean tracing paper, or maybe you can rotate, or with respect to the compass, whatever. There are multiple methods to solve this one. What I would prefer, that just to get an accurate value, what I'll do, I'll just shift this point here, like one step right, one step up. So now this triangle will also be shifted like this. So instead of being like this, it's going to be like this. I'm using this because I don't have compass and I cannot use it right now. Otherwise I could have used that. Now here all you have to do is, now with respect to origin, if I just rotate it clockwise, so this is 2 2, so this would be, you just switch it 2 and 2 and just change the sign, so it's going to be with respect to the quadrant, so it's going to be 2 and minus 2. So this would be one of the points. Then this coordinate, as you can see, it is 2 6, right? This coordinate is 2 6. This will get transformed into 6 2, and then you decide the sign with respect to the quadrant. So as you can see, it is in 4th quadrant, so it's going to be 6 and minus 2. And once you get 2 points, you can draw it easily, obviously, or otherwise if you want, this is going to be 4 2, so it's going to be 2 and minus 4, so it will be somewhere here. So this is what the transformed triangle will look like. But at the same time, all you have to do is, because you have shifted it one up and one down, so that's what the shift was there. So for that, all you have to do is, you have to take it back. So that means what, you will shift this triangle one step here down and one step left hand side, just because of this transformation. So again, we'll put this one step down and one step like this. So as you can see, the new triangle would be somewhat like this. Yeah, this is what the triangle will look like. In case if you want to verify, all you have to do is just make one line like this, and then you see, you can observe that yeah, it is 90 degrees, so mostly I'm right. Is it? Yeah, correct. Yeah, it looks like a right angle triangle, that's fine, no problem with that. Anyways, so first part done. Reflect triangle D in the line x is equal to minus 1. So for that, all you have to do is, you just have to draw this line x is equal to minus 1, which is going to be this one. Reflect it. So that means what? 1 2 like this, it's just a mirror. So 2 steps are here, 2 steps are there, so it's going to be this way. And once you get this point, this is what it will look like. 1 2 3 4 and like this. So second one is also done. And finally they are asking, describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle E. So what is the transformation with respect to A and this E? So this is your E triangle. This was your D. I can see that it's a reflection, of course. But if I want to confirm what exactly it is, so I'll just draw this line. I'll just draw this line. And I'll just draw this line. And I'll find out the midpoint of it. I can see that this one is quite easy to understand. This is the midpoint. Because I can see this is like, this is 1 diagonal, 2 diagonal, 3 diagonal. And this is 1 diagonal, 2 diagonal, and 3 diagonal. So I can see this is going to be the midpoint. Here also, if you want to verify 1 2 diagonals, and here also 1 and 2 diagonals. So I think this is going to be the reflection with respect to this line. I'll draw it with a blue one. So this is what the line will look like. Now as you can see, this line is passing through this and this coordinate, which is -2 comma 0 and 0 comma -2. So basically it's a reflection in the line passing through 0 -2 and -2 0. Right, so here obviously you can use gradient formula. Here the gradient is -1 and y is equal to -x, and y-intercept is going to be what? -2, so it's going to be y is equal to -2. With the line y is equal to -x -2. That's going to be the transformation for this one. Let's move on to the fourth one. 10 people trained for a fitness test. The table shows the amount of time they each trained and the time they each took to do the test. Okay. Complete the scatter diagram. The first 6 points have been plotted for you. So I think we can just plot these points by looking at the graph. I'm not going to draw it because at the end of the day, just 9.4 comma 7.6. So it will be somewhere here. This would be 13.16.6. 13.16.6 would be somewhere here. So all of these points you can plot it. 12.8, 6.9. I'm not drawing accurately. Maybe you'll have to draw it properly. 12.8, 6.9, somewhere here. And 14.2, 5.7. So 14.2, 5.7 will be somewhere here. So you can see there is a correlation. What type of a correlation is this? So it's going to be negative, and I feel it's a weaker correlation. So it's a negative, weak correlation, you can say. Weak nahi, just negative correlation will work. Find the equation of the regression line. Give your answer in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. For that, all you have to do is you just have to plot all of these points on your GDC, and you just have to get the equation of lines. So let's do that. So under stats, once you put all of these values, all you have to do is you just have to calculate, and then it's just regression with respect to x. So what they are asking in the form of mx plus c. So it's going to be ax plus b we are going to put. So like this, and here we go. So that's the equation of line, which is y is equal to a, and here a is nothing but m, which is minus 0.32 325, we will write 325 x, and b is how much? So plus 10.57. So that's going to be your line. Anna trained for 10.8 hours. Okay, so that's the x value. Use your equation to estimate the time Anna took for the test. So all you have to do is, here you just have to put minus 0.325, that you multiply by the x value. The x value is 10.8. So 10.8, whatever it is, and then plus 10.57. 10.57. So you get the answer as 7.06. So for 10.8 we are getting 7.06. So around this thing we are getting 7.06. ठीक है, whatever the value is. I mean, it's quite weird value, but okay. Around 10, do we have any value? Yeah, we can get it. See, 12.2, around 7, more than that. So that's why we get this relation. Okay. So now Ben trained for 20.5 hours. Explain why you should not use your equation to estimate the time Ben took for the test. Now see, here the reason being, because see, the data is limited till 30, it is still 16.4, so it's like an extrapolation. So here the regression won't work. So that's why you can put any reason, whichever you like, but at the end of the day, since 20.5 hours is quite beyond the range, so that's why we cannot use this estimate for him. Let's move on to another question. So here the diagram shows a field, question number 5, ABCD with a straight path AC. The bearing of C from A is 122 degree. The bearing of C from A. So you're standing at A and you want to look at C. So what is the bearing? So they are saying that this bearing is nothing but 122 degrees. Calculate the bearing of D from C. So calculate the bearing of D from C. So you're standing at C and you want to look at D. So that's how the bearing will work. So if you want to understand what bearing concept is, so let me just give you an example. So see, the way we play PUBG and Fortnite or whatever it is. So if you are standing at here and you want to direct somebody that, look at this position B. So it's a very simple concept that all you have to do is we will always start from north. Okay, and you will direct, obviously when you have seen on the screen of PUBG, whatever it is. So you see these are the angle they give you, 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree. So you have to tell them that the enemies are this side or whatever it is. So all you have to do is, the common principle is you start on north and then you want to direct at B. So how much the angle is? So it's going to be what? It's going to be 100 degree, let's assume. Okay, now if I want to direct B, that look at A, so what is the bearing for that? So it's going to be what? Again, we'll start from north and this is what the angle looks like. And most of the time, in fact every time, we will always use this thing, which is co-interior angles. So we know that this is nothing but 80 degree. So this overall bearing would be what? It's going to be 360 minus 80, which is nothing but 280. So here also we are going to use the same concept. The diagram shows, okay, so calculate the bearing of D from C. So bearing of D from C. So this is what we need to figure it out. Now, of course, we know that this angle is 122 degree. Again, I told you co-interior angle. So that's why this angle would be how much? So it's going to be 58 degrees. 180 minus 122, correct? And now this angle also we know, which is because of this 106, this is 113, 133. So this is going to be 47 degrees. So it's going to be 360 minus, how much it is? 65, 105. So it's going to be 255 degrees. That's your bearing. Now next, show that angle ABC is 81.9 degree, correct to one decimal. ABC. Okay, this angle they are asking. Now, of course, we know the three sides of this triangle. So obviously we are going to use cosine rule. Remember that whenever it's a isosceles triangle or something like that, please never use cosine rule. But for these kind of questions, you'll have to use cosine. So generally for cosine rule, of course you can use the formula booklet, but again for this one I prefer this one, that 183 square, the side opposite to it. So 183 square is going to be just like 154 minus 123 whole square, like it's a minus b whole square. So it's going to be 154 square plus 123 square minus 2 times 154 times 123 into cos of angle. So that's going to be cos b, that's what we need to figure it out. So I'll just move this to this side and this to this side. So at the end of the day, if I modify, I'll get cos b is equal to 154 square plus 123 square minus 183 square. Basically, I'm just making like whatever the subject we want to make cos b, that I'm just making it positive. So I'll just move that to the left hand side, and that I'll divide by 2 times 15 times 123. Now, of course, if you get the value beyond 1, generally people make mistake when they get the value more than 1. So 100% you are wrong. So with respect to calculation, there could be an error. Otherwise, you are right. So let's see. Yeah, you see 123 square minus 183 square. You get the answer of 5721. That you divide by, in bracket, I use a lot of brackets, 2 into 15 into times 123. Yeah, that's it. We are getting more than 1. So of course there's some error with the calculation we made. 1 second. You see, I have made an error. 1 second. So see, the moment I get this, it's gonna be beyond 1. So as you can see, it's 2 into 15 I have written. It's not 15, of course, it has to be 154. So yeah, it's 154. Now it kind of makes sense. And then all you have to do is you just have to take shift cos inverse of answer, and you get it, 81.31. So that's the answer. Okay, 81.9 we needed to show. We got 81.34. 1 second. Small error. Yeah, with respect to that, it's going to be 183 square. Now it makes sense. Now it is going to be 81.8723. Now which is around that. That is nothing but your 81.9 degrees. ठीक है, मतलब like little bit of calculation error with respect to calculator, not like that. Find the total area of the field ABCD. ABCD, we need to figure it out. We know the angle also, so we can find area of triangle ABC easily. Okay, and now, so see, area of field ABCD, I can write this thing as area of triangle ABC plus area of triangle ADC, right? Area of triangle ABC plus area of triangle ADC. Now see, for area of triangle ABC, here we know this angle which was 81.9, right? So this we already know now, 81.9. So all you have to do is you just have to use half of AB sine C. So it's going to be half of 123 154. 123 into 154 into sine of angle, so it's sine of 81.9 plus area of triangle ADC. So for that, now here we know one side which is 183, right? We know all the angles, so we just need to know one of the sides. For that we are going to use sine rule. So maybe what we can do, maybe we will figure out AD side. So it's going to be AD upon sine of 47 is equal to AC, which we know, upon sine of 106. And AC was how much? AC was 183, correct? So this is what we are going to use. I'll just move it here. 1 second. Yeah. So here AD is going to be what? AD will be 183 into sine 47 upon sine 106. Now see, for accurate values, what I would prefer, that you should always use sine 47, use answer for this, then you multiply by, then you divide by sine, like literal proper values you take it, sine 106, you get some decimal 0.76, right? That you multiply, I'm using answer, that's what I'm saying, don't use 2 3 decimal whatever. So 183, and you get the value as 139.23. Now for this area of triangle, all you have to do is it's going to be half AD, which is 139.23, times 183 and sine of 27 into sine of 27. I'll just verify again. So AD we want, AD, yeah, this is 139.23. That's it. Now here again I'll use answer, so that you multiply by 0.5, which is half. Okay, that you multiply by 183 sine of 27 was, it was, yeah, sine 27. That's my answer, which is 5783.69. So this is 5783.69. This did we find? No, wait, I don't think so. So for this one, it's going to be 123 divided by 2. That you multiply by 154 sine 81.9. 81.9. See, I'm using steps because I have to be sure that, you know, whether I'm doing it right or wrong. That's why. So if there is a problem with one of the steps, I can just edit it a little bit. So it's going to be, this one was 9376.51451. So this I'll add 5783.69, and you get the answer as areas 15,160 meter square. That's the area. Just too much of calculation. Now let's move on to the sixth question. So here, as you can see, we are talking about set theory now. Complete the Venn diagram. U represent integers from 1 to 15. P represent factors of 12. Q represents multiples of 3. Okay. Complete the Venn diagram. So as you can see, for First we'll do multiples of 3, so it's going to be, and okay, if you want you can just write it. Factors of 12 would be what? So it's going to be 1 2 3 4 6 and 12, and multiples of 3 would be 3 6 9 12 and 15 as well. Correct. So out of them, what are common? So 6 3 6 and 12 are common, right? 3 6 and 12 are common, so we'll just write 3 6 and 12 here. Bagi 1 2 4 will be in P, 1 2 and 4, and 9 and 15 will be in Q. Okay, whatever are remaining, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 7 is not there, 8 is not there, 9 is there, 10 is not there, right? 11 is not there, 12 13 and 14. Yeah, that's it. Write down the elements of P intersection Q. Obviously 3 6 12, that's it. Number of P complement intersection Q union P intersection Q complement. Now see, here also I'll just tell you one thing, that remember in set theory, intersection stands for common region. So if it is A intersection B, so it's a common between A and B, whatever the elements are which are common. So we'll just put it like this. And union means what? Unite. So always remember, union is quite easier, because all you are doing is like A, if I unite with B complement or something like that, you shade A, you shade B complement, whatever it is, you just draw it. But when it comes to intersection, you will have to think about it. So for example, P intersection Q. Now P complement intersection Q. So I don't want P. The moment I don't want P, I'm looking at that whole region except for P. But I want Q as well in that. So what is common between them? So I can see it's going to be, for this one, it's going to be this region. Correct? Now, again, I want P and Q complement. So I can see that whenever I see Q complement, so it's going to be the whole region, Q complement, including this. But when I say P, I want P as well. So P would be what? This region. What is common between them? That green and red together. So it's going to be this region. So this would be that. And we are uniting. And as I told you, union is quite easy. You don't have to worry about it. You just keep on shading it. So it's going to be what? Number of this, it would be 5. That's our answer. Achha, this is A part. Okay, B part is probability. Fine. So bag A contains 4 black balls and 3 white balls. So 4 black, 3 white. Bag B contains 2 black balls and 4 white balls. So 2 black and 4 white. Amy picks a ball at random from bag A. She notes the color of the ball and replaces it in bag A. Find the probability that Amy's ball is black. It's a 1 marker question. See, in probability sometimes it is very confusing to understand what statement they have given. Sometimes replacement means what they are picking another one, or what exactly it is. Now I can see it's a 1 mark question, so it has to be very easy. So it's like replacing, that's for the second incident basically, like second time, whatever the next scenario is going to be. So she didn't pick and just keep it, she placed it there. So find the probability that M is so it's going to be what? It's simple, 4 by 7. Yeah, that's it. Out of black ball probability is 4 out of 7, whatever it is. So B picks 2 balls at random from bag B. She notes the color of each ball and replaces them in bag B for next scenario. Find the probability that both balls are white. So obviously there are 4 white balls, and she needs to pick both white. So what is the probability of that? That's our favorable outcome. So for the first one, it's going to be 4 by 6, right? Now I have already taken 1 white ball. Now I am taking out of 5. So always remember, in probability, solve the denominator thing. Just to let you know. See, she is picking 2 balls. So for the first ball, the from how many she is picking? 6. So that's why I'm saying denominator, do it first. So 6, and then how many white are there? So 4. Now it's an AND condition. Basically, I want this as well as that. So second one should also be white. So what is the probability of that? Now see, she already picked one. Now she's going to pick the second one. So we are talking about out of 5. and now there are only 3 left, so it's going to be 3 like that. So 3 1, this is going to be 2, 2 1, this is going to be 2, so the probability is going to be 2 by 5. Now B chooses one bag at random. She picks one ball at random from this bag. Find the probability that the ball is white. So we are looking only forward to the white ball. If you want to construct a tree diagram, you can. Otherwise, it's quite simple. So see, we are talking about either bag A. She will pick either from bag A or she will pick from bag B. Remember, in probability, that if it's a compulsory condition, like I want both white, so that means what? It's a multiplication. But if I'm talking about either white from bag A or white from bag B, so it's an OR condition, so that time it's going to be addition in between. So here when I talk about this bag A, so what is the probability that she picks the bag A? It's going to be 1 by 2. Then what is the probability that she picks the bag A and then she picks the white ball? So it's a bag A and white, so it's going to be 3 by 7. She picks bag B, what is the probability of that? It's going to be 1 by 2 into and white from bag B, so it's going to be 4 by 6, so which is nothing but 2 by 3. But either of the cases are fine, so it's going to be what? There will be addition in between, so it's going to be 3 by 14 like this plus 1 by 3. There's no LCM, so 9 plus 14, which is 23 by 14 times 3, which is 42. That's the probability of white condition. Now next question. ABCD is a straight line. EC and BF meet at G. EC, BF, okay. Angle AB is 130 degree. Angle BFC is 30 degree. Find angle FCD. FCD. So this is angle they are asking. Now see, the moment I see these two parallel lines, okay, so you should always look for two things. One is that Z thing, transversal, and that co-interior angle, alternate angles and co-interior angles, that you need to figure it out. So the moment I see that Z na, so I'll put this value as 30 degree. I can see that, okay, yeah, this is 30 degree. Though it is not useful right now for this question, but yeah, okay, we can just modify it. So this is 30 degree. Now once I know this is 30 degree, 160, so this is going to be 20 degree. So these are the given conditions we get it. See, in equation of circle, in circle theorem, always look for radius first, okay, because isosceles triangle, so you can find out, these angles are equal, and then look for angle in the same arc. So similarly for this one, whenever you see those two parallel lines, you will always look for alternate angles first. So then the question becomes easier to solve now. Again, isosceles triangle, see, the moment I see isosceles triangle, then the question will be easier. So almost I found each and every angle. Anyways, they're asking for FCD. So this is 130 degree, so this has to be 130 degree. So this would be how much? This would be 50 degree. Easy. Angle FBC, angle FBC, we already found it was 20 degree. Right? Angle BGE, angle BGE. So this is what they are looking forward to. Now see, for this one, so they have given isosceles triangle for a reason. Of course, we'll have to calculate. So obviously we know this is 130 degree, this is 30 degree. So this would be how much? This would be 75, this would be 75, right? Because of isosceles triangle. Also, we knew that this is going to be 130 degrees. So 130 degree minus 70, or 50 plus 75 is 125. So this is going to be 55 degrees. The moment I get this 55 degree, obviously now 55 we know this overall angle is 50 degree. 50 and 55, so 105. So this angle would be how much? This angle would be 75. Yeah. So now I know 105. Again, 1 second. This was 30 degree. We wanted that angle, by the way. So now this I know 75, this I know 30, and so this would be how much? 75. Even this is an isosceles triangle. Yeah, obviously they are similar. Has to be. Right? These triangles are similar. So even this is an isosceles triangle. Anyways, so angle BG is going to be 75 degree. B part of this question. A, B, C and D are points on the circle. AC and BD meet at X. Show that the triangle AXB and DXC are similar. AXB and DXC are similar. Very simple. See, again, I told you that, angle in the same arc. So obviously angle ABC, ABX is equal to angle XCD. Similarly, angle BAX is equal to angle BAX is equal to angle BDC. So obviously both of these angles are equal, so that's why XDC. So angle XDC. Why? Because angle in the same arc. So that's why through AA test the triangles are similar. Now next part is AX is 5 centimeters. So AX is 5 centimeters they have given. XC is 2. XD is 4. You need to find BD. So let me consider this as Y, because there is too much X is already there, so I'm just taking that variable as Y. Find the length of BD. So they're asking BD, that means what? Y, and we have to add 4 to it. Now see, it's generally what people will do. People will do 5 by 2 is equal to 4 by Y, something like that directly. No. Here, please remember that whenever it comes to similarity, like a similarity kind of question, so here remember that you should always write the two triangles in a corresponding way. That means what? Here, as you can see, XBA is equal to XCD. So I'll write it in this way, that triangle, in fact they have also given AXB. Okay, AXB. So we are going like this, AXB is equal to DXC. So triangle AXB is similar to triangle DXC. Now see, I don't even have to look at the triangle. Remember, in any question of similarity, please make sure with respect to sides, if you don't want to make silly mistakes, write in a corresponding way. Your question is solved. Now all you have to do is you have to just do it, AX upon DX is equal to XB upon XC, which is equal to AB upon DC. Please remember one thing, similarity of triangles, people make a lot of mistakes, but if you use this method, 100% you won't make any mistake. Now the moment I see that, now I'll put the values whichever I want. Okay, so we wanted AX, yeah, AX is there, so it's going to be 5. We know DX is going to be how much? 4, which is equal to XB. XB is Y upon XC is 2. AB and DC we don't even require. I'll just keep it for you guys, right? So now Y is going to be what? Y is going to be 10 by 4, or take it 2 1, this is going to be 2, so Y is nothing but 2.5. So overall BD would be what? BD would be BD, so it's going to be 4 plus 2.5, which is 6.5. That's your answer. Cumulative frequency. And this question, you have to draw the cumulative frequency curve. So we'll draw. I mean, obviously all the questions will be connected, interquartile, median, and all of those things. So here, of course, since it's a cumulative frequency, we keep on adding it. So we'll start from here. So cumulative frequency will make this table. So till here it's gonna be 6. So less than 1000 it is 6. Okay. So we keep on adding. It's gonna be 22. Then we add to this one. So 22 plus 24 is 46. Then we add 36 to it. So it's gonna be, one second, I'll just draw it first. Yeah, 46 plus 36 is going to be how much? 52, 82. Then we are going to add 20, 102. Then we are going to add 14, it's going to be 116, and then it's going to be 120. So you see, if the sum is 120, then we are right. Otherwise you made an error. So just check again if you are making a mistake. Anyways, now see, remember, this 116 means what? Below 3500 there are 116 people. Okay, generally I'm just relating it to people, that's why. So now see, below 1000 there are 6. Now you'll have to draw it accurately. Now this is going to be a task. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 divisions are there, so this is going to be 10. So we are talking about till 1000 there are 6. Let me just pause the video and I mean, you guys try it on your own. 6 would be how much? It's going to be here. You have to be very accurate for these values, though they give you the margin, but you have to be quite accurate for it. So I made this diagram for you guys for cumulative frequency. So as you can see, this is what the curve will look like. Cumulative curve. Obviously when it's 4000, that time The frequency is 120. Now, yeah, the drawing part, if we are done with that, now the median would be what? So please remember that median would be what? Wherever the half of the people, the value of that, please don't take 2000 ka this one, don't take that, please take off 60. We are talking about the people, so 60th person ko how much money he has received or whatever the question is. So here all you have to do is you just have to plot these points. As I can see, it is somewhere here. So 100, 200, 300, 400, no, so this is between that there is 10 gaps, so 50. So this is 100, this is 200, so it's going to be 2200. So the median is going to be 2200. Now interquartile range. So of course, again we divide that 120 data into 25, 25, 25% each. So or median of median, so it's going to be 30. So around 30 students, like whatever cumulative frequency of that 30 will be somewhere here. This one, okay, this is what the point we get. And for 90 we get it this one. One second. This one. So as you can see, this value would be here somewhere, and this value would be somewhere here, I hope. Yeah, it's point here somewhere. Okay. So again, this is going to be 50-50. The scale is of 50 on x-axis, that's why I'm taking it like this. So 2600, 2700, and this would be so this is going to be 2700 minus interquartile range, of course q3 minus q1, so q3 and this is q1, and this would be 1650. So 2700 minus 1650, so the answer is going to be 1050. That's going to be interquartile range. Use your curve to estimate the percentage of these 120 days where the shop receive more than 1800. So where, for how many days they receive more than 1800. So here we'll have to find out at 1800, like where that dot is of 1800. So 1500, this is 1600, 1700, and this is 1800. So this is 1800. So this point is coming here. One second, I'll just use a different color. So this is the point. Hope you can see it. And then this would be the number of days. So as you can see here, the margin is of 2. So this is 36 days. So this is around 36, then 38, then 40. That's why. So so 36 days they receive lesser than 1800. We are talking about receive more than 1800. So it's going to be 120 minus 36, which is going to be 84. 84 by 120 into 100. That's going to be the percentage. So it's going to be 70%. That's our answer. Equation of line. Point A is minus 4, 6, B is 8, 2. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of AB. Simple, just do minus 4 plus 8 by 2, which is 2, and 6 plus 2 by 2, which is 4. Find the equation of AB. I don't know which method you use. So I'll use both the methods whenever it is necessary. I think we are finding equation of perpendicular bisector as well, so we'll use different method here. So here, as you can see, the gradient would be what? It's going to be 6 minus 2 upon minus 4 minus 8. Remember, you can do 2 minus 6 upon 8 minus 4 as well, but the sequence is important. Like if you're going from this to this, then follow this only. Otherwise, you can go from this to this, any which ways. So it's going to be 4 by minus 12, which is minus 1 by 3. So the equation of line would be what? So this is one way of doing it. Y minus y coordinate, which is y minus 2 upon x minus 8 is minus 1 by 3. Cross multiply, you will get 3y minus 6 is equal to minus x plus 8. And you shift everything on the right hand side, you get x plus 3y minus 14 is equal to 0. This is fine, or you can use y is equal to mx plus c as well, whichever is convenient for you. Show that the equation of the perpendicular bisector of AB is y is equal to 3x minus 2. Yeah, here we are going to use y is equal to mx plus c because they asked you in that form. So here, obviously, the gradient of perpendicular bisector would be what? You just reciprocate and change the sign, because of course AB is this, perpendicular bisector would be what? Perpendicular bisector will go somewhat like this. Correct? So we know the midpoint. Coordinate also we know now, 2, 4. We just need to know the gradient. Gradient will just reciprocate and change the sign of the equation of line AB. So here gradient would be what? It's going to be 3. Equation would be y is equal to 3x plus c. Just substitute 2, 4 in this equation. You will get 4 is equal to 3 times 2 plus c, or c is equal to minus 2. So the equation would be y is equal to 3x minus 2. Easy. The point C has coordinate 3, 7. Show that C lies on the perpendicular bisector of AB. So all you have to do is you just have to substitute 3, 7 in this equation. 7 is equal to, or in fact take the right hand side of that equation. So you'll get 3 times of 3 minus 2 is equal to 7, which is y. So therefore it satisfies the equation. So C lies on the perpendicular bisector of AB. Find the area of triangle ABC. Okay, this is interesting. Now C is 3, 7, which is somewhere here. And we need to find area of triangle ABC. Okay, interesting. So we need to find area of triangle ABC, and C coordinate also we know, which is 3, 7. Obviously, if I consider this as midpoint, so CM is the height of the triangle, AB is the base of the triangle. We can use half into base into height. So we can find distance between AB. Yeah, it's a 4 marker, so you'll have to do it. So distance between AB would be how much? Distance between CM would be how much? And then we are going to use half into base into height. So AB is 8, 2 minus 4, 6. 8, 2 minus 4, 6. Right? So it's going to be under root y2 minus y1 whole square. So 4 square. Plus here the sequence doesn't matter, because we are just gonna, 8 minus minus 4, or 4 minus 4 minus 8, it doesn't matter at the end, because we are squaring it. Anyways, so what is it? 8 minus minus 4, so it's going to be 12 square. So it's going to be 16 plus 144. It's look weird. Generally we get perfect square, that's why 144, 16. Take a 150. Distance between CM now. For CM, what are the coordinates? It's 3, 7. And M was 2, 4. So it's going to be 7 minus 4 whole square. So it's going to be 3 square plus 3 minus 2 whole square, which is 1 square. So it's going to be under root 10. Okay. I'm not convinced with the answer. 1 second. So half into base into height. Okay. So area of triangle would be what? Let's see. Area of triangle ABC. It's half into base, which is root 150, into height, which is root 10. So it's like half into, you can simplify also. It's a third. I think simplification of third is required. So obviously you can take this thing at 15 into 10 into 10. So if there are 2 tens, obviously 1 10 will be outside. So 10 by 2 is nothing but 5 root 15 centimeter. Is it given? No. Okay. Yeah, maybe you can use unit square. Generally we get a simplified form. Let me just verify once again. A minus 4 6, B 8 2. You think it's fine. 160 it was. Sorry, my bad. 12 square is 144 plus 16, 160. Yeah, that's why. See, I told you. Now here we got the answer. So you should understand from here. Obviously, even I don't have the mark scheme for this one. So again, the moment I see that, I'm getting a weird answer here. So obviously I verified it. That was just a very silly mistake. So it's going to be what? It's going to be 160. Now it makes sense, because now it's going to be what? It's going to be root 1600. And then you take square root of it, which is 40 by 2, which is 20. This makes sense. So it's going to be 40 unit square. This makes sense, right? Fine. This is convincing. f of x is 3x minus 2, g of x is 5 minus 2x, h of x is x square. Find g of minus 2. So g of minus 2 would be what? It's going to be 5 minus 2 times minus 2, which is nothing but 9. Simple. Write your answer in the h of g of x. So h of g of x. Now see, h of x is x square. Remember, in function we are replacing x with the complete g of x. So it's going to be h of g of x would be what? That's going to be 5 minus 2x whole square. Just have to expand it. It's going to be what? 25 minus 20x plus 4x square. That's it. If you want to write it in a better way, 4x square minus 20x plus 25. Find g inverse of x. Simple. You just make y as the subject. So y is equal to 5 minus 2x. You will get, I'm just writing g of x as y. So you just take 2x is equal to 5 minus y. X is equal to 5 minus y by 2. So g inverse of x would be what? I'll just replace y with x. So it's going to be 5 minus x by 2. That's your inverse. On the diagram, sketch the graph of f of x upon g of x for the values of x between minus 2 and 6. You'll have to use GDC for this. F of x upon g of x. F of x is what? 3x minus 2, 5 minus 2x. 3x minus 2 upon 5 minus 2x. Yeah. Okay, again, we'll have to use GDC for this one. So again, in GDC, we will plot it. 1 second. I'll just plot it for you guys. Yeah, so this is what the we'll just draw it. So this is what the graph look like. 1 second. So we will just use these values whatever they have mentioned. So again, view window, x minimum is minus 2 to 6, so minus 2, maximum is 6, scale here. Y minimum is minus 10, maximum is 10. Yeah, this is what the graph look like. Now see, remember, in this graph, make sure that you draw it accurately because you need to show the asymptote. Obviously the graph goes like this, whatever it is. Now here I would prefer that you use roots like x-intercept and whatever. So root would be my x-intercept. So as you can see, 0.66. So somewhere here is the root. Okay, and asymptote, though, wherever the denominator is 0, that is your asymptote. So here I can see 5 minus 2x, I want it to be 0. So 5 minus 2x, if it is 0, there we get the asymptote. So we get 2x is equal to 5 or x is equal to 5 by 2 or 2.5. So asymptote is at 2.5. So make sure that you mention some of the coordinates. So here as you can see, you can write 0.6. It's nothing but 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 comma 0. This is one of the coordinates we are going to mention. And here 2.5 is somewhere here, let's say. Okay, so this is what the graph will plot. So maybe it would be somewhat like this. And like this. Okay, we don't want to plot it beyond that. So that's why it's going to be this way. Yes. An asymptote to the graph of y is equal to f of x upon g of x is parallel to y-axis. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. So this is the asymptote. Find the equation of this asymptote. So yeah, this is the asymptote. So wherever the denominator is becoming 0, that is your vertical asymptote. For horizontal asymptote, put the value towards infinity. You will get the horizontal asymptote. So here it's going to be what? It's going to be x is equal to 2.5 or 5 by 2. Whichever is fine. Now solve f of x upon g of x is equal to 5 minus 2x. So again, we'll have to plot one more graph. That's going to be 5 minus 2 to the power of x. That's it. Execute, draw, find the point of intersection, g solve, intersecting point. That's it. So the answer is going to be what? Here is going to be x is equal to 1.67 and x is equal to 3.307 or 308, you can put it. That's your answer. Now, okay, so now these are just quadratic, not quadratic, it's a normal inequality question. So 3x plus 2 is greater than 5x minus 8. So here also just remember one tip that just put the x always remember that the coefficient of x should be positive. So don't move 7x to this side, that will become minus 4x and so on. Instead, move this to this side. So here it's going to be 10 is greater than 4x. Yeah. So then you can write 4x is less than 10, or you can write 2x is less than 5. I'm taking a lot of steps, but yeah, x is less than 5 by 2, which is 2.5. Factorize fully 75x square minus 3. Now see, this is like a square minus b square thing. So we can write this thing as root 75x whole square minus root 3 square. This will be nothing but root 75. Now see, root 75 can also be simplified further. It can be written as 25 into 3, which is nothing but 5 root 3, right? I can write it here, let's say. Root 75 is nothing but root of 25 into 3. Now square root of 25 is nothing but 5, so this is nothing but 5 root 3. So now I can write this thing as 5 root 3x minus root 3 and 5 root 3x plus root 3. That's it. Now even if I want, I can take out root 3 common. Yeah, okay. From each term we are going to take out root 3 common. Oh, why did we do all of these things? Instead of that, don't do it like this. Simple. Why surds and all? Simply you could have taken 3 outside. That was better. 25x square minus 1. That's too much of mathematics though. So 3 times, now this is nothing but 5x whole square minus 1 square. This is nothing but 3 times 5x minus 1, 5x plus 1. Simple. Simplify fully. 2 by 3x plus 1 by 6x minus 1 by 5x. You can put the LCM. So 3, 6, the LCM is 6. 6 and 5, the LCM is 30. So we need to make the denominator 30x. So I'll multiply this by 10. This is going to be 30x. This by 5. This is going to be 30x. And this by 6. So 1 into 6 by 30x. So the answer is going to be 20 plus 5 minus 6 upon 30x, which is nothing but 19 by 30x. That's your answer. Simplify this thing. 2x square plus 3x minus 2bx minus 3b, and this factorized form. It's a 4 marker. Okay. So yeah, from the top one we can take out x common. We'll get 2x plus 3. From here you can take out minus b common. Again you will get 2x plus 3. Definitely we'll have one of the factors as 2x plus 3, but since it's of 4 marks, better you should solve it. I mean, factorize it properly. Take it. 2x square. I know 100% one of the factor would be 2x plus 3. Then only it will be simplified. Let's say you can do it directly also. 2x plus 3 would be, now one of the factors is 2x plus 3. So the other one has to be x. Now this is plus 3, right? 2x into x. 2x into what gives me 2x square? So it's going to be 2x into x. So that's why I put it x. And then plus 3 into what will give me minus 15? So it's going to be minus 5. 100% this will be the factorization, by the way. So obviously we can take out 2x plus 3 common from here. You'll get x minus b here. This is going to be 2x plus 3, x minus 5. You can cancel out these things and the answer is going to be x minus b, x minus 5. But you will have to show the factorization. So yeah, we are going to use split in the middle term. So now we are going to factorize 30 in such a way whose difference is 7 because of this minus, right? So what is it? 10 and 3, right? So it's going to be 2x square minus 10x plus 3x minus 15. You will take out 2x common, you will get x minus 5. You take out plus 3 common, you get x minus 5. Then you take out x minus 5 common and you get 2x plus 3. Yeah, that's what we got it here. That's it. Now x minus b upon x minus 5 is your answer. Oh, that's it. We are done with the paper. So overall the paper was fine. I don't think so it was that tough. I was expecting a little bit of difficult probabilities and these kind of questions. Mensuration was not there, in fact. Yeah, it was not there. But rest, okay, it was fine. So yeah, I'll provide, if you are still here, then good luck for your exams, and of course make sure you subscribe and share it with anybody who may need it. Thank you everyone.